We've made it to the end of the Christmas holiday and the start of Carnival 2019. A look at which crews are hitting routes tonight. And authorities make an arrest in the murder case of a 7-year-old girl. Plus, we all want a nice vacation, but we don't want to break the bank for it. Tips for a debt-free getaway coming up. Good morning, everyone. I'm Duke Carter. Thank you all for joining us on the Sunday edition of the Eyewitness Morning News. Today is January 6th, which marks the end of the Christmas holidays, but it's also known as Three Kings Day and Twelfth Night. January 6th is a feast day in the Christian religion where the faithful believe 3 wise men or kings visited an infant Jesus. Today is also the start of the carnival season, which will be filled with parades, balls, and king cakes. Everything culminates on Mardi Gras Day, which this year is March 5th. Today, several events are scheduled to kick off the carnival season, and all of those events are going to be across the metro area. But before we get to that list, let's get a look at your Sunday forecast with Chris Franklin. Good morning, Chris, and happy Carnival.
Happy Carnival season, Duke. Glad to have you this morning.
Thank you for having me.
It's really the proper kickoff to Carnival season to have Duke Carter in studio with us live.
You know, I appreciate you so much more, Christopher. I know we have a little bickering
We
matches.
do. We have a little St. Aug, Brother Martin thing going on.
Yes.
Have that for years, but we're trying to start out on a more positive note.
Have we known each other for years, Chris?
Maybe.
Okay, great. We're going to go with that.
I'm just tongue-tied.
We're going to go with that.
Bring myself to even. I'm trying to be nice. We're on good terms here, Duke.
That's fine. I'm gonna do weather for 6:30 for you for like a minute.
Oh,
That's me being nice for you.
Thank you.
How about that?
I appreciate it. I'll go drink a cup of coffee, take a break.
Awesome.
12th night is tonight, and let's take a look at the forecast. It's going to be
Topping our news, state police are looking into a crash that killed a woman in St. Tammany Parish. It happened just after 5:30 on the US 190 at the Bayou Castine Bridge. Well, that's where state police say a woman was walking in the eastbound lane. Authorities say the bridge has high concrete guardrails and no shoulders. She was hit by a Kia Amante. The victim then landed in the middle of the eastbound lane and was hit by another car, this time a BMW 5 Series, specifically a BMW 528. The woman was unfortunately pronounced dead at the hospital, and state police say the drivers of both cars gave breath samples. No amount of alcohol was found in either of their systems. The St. Tammany Parish coroner is hoping you can help identify the victim. They say she is a black female, believed to be in her mid to late 30s. She was wearing dark clothing and black earrings. They say she has no tattoos, but has stretch marks on her abdomen. Anyone that might know her identity should call the coroner's office at the number on your screen. The New Orleans police officer who was shot on Orleans Avenue is now recovering at home. The NOPD officer was shot responding to a call of a suicide attempt Friday night. Just after police arrived, shots were fired. 4 officers returned shots, hitting and ultimately killing the suspect. The unidentified officer who was hit was shot twice in the chest, but his vest stopped the bullets. He's since been released from the hospital. The shooting just serves as a reminder of how dangerous 911 calls can be for law enforcement by former New Orleans Police Chief Ronald Surpass.
Myself and other officers have been shot at. I fortunately have never had to shoot anyone. But it does resonate the important point. There's no such thing as a routine traffic stop or a routine call for service.
No word yet if the suspect in the shooting had mental illness, but our partners at the New Orleans Advocate report police scanner traffic indicated the call came from a 15-year-old who reported his stepfather put a gun to his head and was trying to kill himself. Meanwhile, the other officers involved in the incident have been reassigned as the investigation into the shooting continues. A boil water advisory is in effect for parts of Lafourche Parish. Officials say a power outage prompted the order for all customers on Highway 1 and Highway 308, and that's from South Coast Gas Office in Raceland to Port Fourchon. Some customers in Des Allemands and Gaines are impacted by the advisory as well. And like we mentioned at the start of the newscast, today is the start of Carnival 2019. And Mayor LaToya Cantrell will help ring in the season with a King's Day celebration today. The event is happening at 9:30 this morning at Gallier Hall. Mayor Cantrell will be joined by representatives from dozens of Carnival crews, including Zulu and Rex. The Rex organization will read its royal edict welcoming visitors to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. Then everything will wrap up with the traditional cutting of the king cake. And there can't be a start to carnival season without a few parades, so here's a look at who's hitting the streets tonight. First up, the crew of Joan of Arc hits the streets in the French Quarter this evening at 6 o'clock, which is a good parade there. You can expect specialty throws like decorated candles, shields, and butterflies, as well as plush horses. Then at 7 p.m., the Funny 40 Fellows, say that 3 times fast, they will load a streetcar at the Willow Street Barn on South Carrollton Avenue. They will ride up and down the St. Charles streetcar line, helping to bring in the start of the season. The Fellows first took to the streets, get this, in 1878. Their motto is, "A little nonsense now, and then is cherished by the best of men." And following the Fellows, a new crew, the Funky Uptown Crew, they'll roll on a streetcar also on the St. Charles line. And another one of the city's newest carnival crews will roll down North Rampart Street from the French Quarter to downtown beginning at 7:30. They are known as Société des Champs-Élysées and have about 40 members on the streetcar. And on the North Shore, you can celebrate King's Day with the Mandy Milkshakers. They are kicking off the carnival season with a parade that begins at 1 p.m. on the Mandeville Lakefront today. The event will also feature members of the Crews of Mandeville, the original crew of Orpheus, and the crew of Eve. For the full parade schedule, you can download our free Eye on Carnival Parade Tracker app. It'll give you real-time GPS tracking of more than 65 local parades. Just search for WWL or Mardi Gras Parade Tracker in your app store. It was a murder that sparked outrage across the country and on social media. Now authorities say they've filed charges against the suspect in the shooting death of a 7-year-old Texas girl. And before you plan that next vacation, you want to stay tuned. We'll have tips for planning a getaway, get this, without breaking the bank. We'll be right back, everyone. Meanwhile, though, we got Chris Franklin here.
What's up?
Chris, we had good weather Friday. It was
Yes.
sunny. It was beautiful yesterday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Can we have a repeat for today?
Gorgeous today, and still nice as we head into the early part of next week, but some changes coming.
Ooh, wait, I don't like when you say changes. What does that mean? I need more detail, specificity.
Well, that's why I do 3 minutes of weather.
Oh,
Those are the details.
Oh, well then you go do your 3 minutes of weather then. Excuse me.
I'm not wrapping up weather in 3 seconds here.
Well, it would have been kind of nice to get the, the overview, but it's cool
So
though.
you wanted just the bullet points and then for me to move on?
It would have been nice for me, but our viewers might
Yeah,
need
I
more
understand.
details.
I understand. Duke's trying to get rid of me. Slowly, he's trying to make this the Duke Show. Is that a bad thing? I think that's exactly what you're trying to do. The Duke Show. 45.
Thank you, Chris. Happy 96th birthday to a New Orleans treasure, Leah Chase. The queen of Creole cuisine has fed presidents, civil rights leaders, celebrities, and people from all walks of life at her restaurant, Dooky Chase. She's received the world's highest honors for food and also been recognized for her work in the community as well. And best of all, at 96, Capricorn, she's still going strong. Happy birthday to her. It's wildcard weekend across the NFL. Coming up, we'll have a look at how the playoff picture is shaping up for the Saints. Stay tuned. Good morning and welcome back to the Sunday edition of the Eyewitness Morning News. It is Sunday, January 6th, also known as Three Kings Day, 12th night, Feast of the Epiphany, and the start to carnival season.
Yes.
How you feel?
Not ready. I don't have my costume picked out.
That's what I was going to ask you too. I know you can't go too far ahead for weather.
Right.
Because, I don't know how that weather.
So what, you were going to ask me the forecast for Mardi Gras Day in
Exactly.
2 months?
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, it kind of is.
Why is that a bad thing? I don't understand.
Because I haven't a clue what it's going to be in 2 months.
I'm going to need you to get on that, okay? Talk to the weather gods.
See what I can do.
Because I
I'll
need to
see
get
what
my
I can do.
costume together.
That's true. That plays a huge factor in what costume you wear.
Right, because
depending on the temperature.
Exactly, because I need to know if you be covered up or if I'm going to be out wearing my tank top. As a lot
You
of people.
are always going to be wearing a tank top.
That's not true. That's fake news.
That is not fake news. You are always in a tank top. See, I was the Green Ranger last year. It was kind of warm. It was a little toasty in that
It's a little
costume.
toasty for you?
A little toasty in that costume.
You're bringing
last
up Green Ranger. Are you? I feel like a little bit of animosity coming up. Or
Well, since you said I was not the true Green Ranger because the actual Green Ranger from the TV show was at Comic-Con,
Well, he was.
I'm still the real Green Ranger.
If that makes you feel better.
It does.
Okay, great. Cool. We're going to go to weather, though.
Let's take a look.
I'm doing weather.
Duke just leaves?
I'm going to go to
Wait,
weathers.
Where are you going?
I'm doing weather. What's the problem?
What are you doing?
You're making it seem like it's a bad thing.
I absolutely think it's a bad idea. This is a terrible idea, Duke.
It's not terrible at all.
this is a terrible idea. Oh, thank goodness. They don't even have the wall up.
It's great. It's cool. So today's forecast
Oh, no.
for 12th night is going to be 60 degrees, clear skies, cool and pleasant. So you don't have to worry about anything like that. Chris has it up there. It's going to be dry. We're going to take a live look outside. As you can see, it is beautiful as the sun rises. You can see, look at that. Where's this at, Chris?
This is from the West Bank looking back toward the city.
West Bank looking back toward the city. I don't see any fog or anything like that. So that means your morning commute should be decent. Correct, Chris?
You are correct.
Gotcha. And so now we're going to move over there. See, boom, as we're talking about the fog visibility.
Oh, look, there's
Brought me
Duke.
up. Awesome, awesome. As you can see, the fog visibility in Miles Lakefront is at 7, Bellchase 3, Fords, Boothville 8, and then over here in Houma, where our producer is from, 1. So it's just going to be a little bit good in certain parts of the area, but other parts you might want to take your time and make sure you move as smooth as possible. But we're now going to bring in. Oh, you want to come in now?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Fine. I'll let you do your job.
I'll take over.
Do your thing.
I appreciate it.
Go
Duke.
ahead, Brother Martin.
All right, thanks, St. Aug. 3/4 of a mile down at Bellchase, so we do have some patchy air. See what happens when Duke fills in? It's kind of out of control. Somebody needs to get a hold of him. We've got clear skies around the area, and we are going to stay under mostly clear skies throughout the day. A lot of sunshine. Temperatures chilly in the 30s and 40s. Low 50s, though, at Lakefront. Tomorrow morning will be a little bit milder, but still on the cool side. Afternoon temperatures getting more into the upper 60s with lots of sunshine, but headed out for 12th night festivities. You want to bundle up because we will be getting chilly as temperatures quickly start dropping into the 50s. Duke?
Thank you, Chris. New Orleans police need your help in finding a missing woman they say suffers from dementia. This is 70-year-old Andra Banford. She was reported missing from her home in the 11,000 block of Asphodel Drive. Police say Banford was last seen there on January 3rd. She is described as 4'11", weighing 110 pounds with brown eyes and short gray hair. Anyone with information on Banford's whereabouts should call Crime Stoppers at 658-6070. A boil water advisory is in effect for parts of Lafourche Parish. Officials say a power outage prompted the order for all customers on Highway 1 and Highway 308 from the South Coast Gas Office in Raceland to Port Fourchon. Some customers in Des Allemands and Gaines are impacted by the advisory as well. Mayor LaToya Cantrell will help ring in the 2019 Carnival season with a King's Day celebration today. The event is happening at 9:30 this morning at Gallier Hall. Mayor Cantrell will be joined by representatives from dozens of Carnival crews, including Zulu and Rex. The Rex organization will read its royal edict welcoming visitors to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. Then everything will wrap up with the traditional cutting of the king cake. And there can't be the start of Carnival season without a few parades. Here's a look at who's hitting the streets tonight. First up, the crew of Joan of Arc hits the streets of the French Quarter. That is this evening at 6 p.m. And you can expect specialty throws like decorated candles, shills, butterflies, as well as plush horses. Then at 7 p.m., the Funny 40 Fellows will load a streetcar at Willow Street Barn on South Carrollton Avenue. They will ride up and down the St. Charles streetcar line, helping to bring in the start of the season. The Fellows first took to the streets in 1878, and their motto is "A little nonsense now, and then it's cherished by the best of men." And following the Fellows, a new crew, the Funky Uptown Crew, will roll on a streetcar, also on the St. Charles line. And another one of the city's newest Carnival crews will roll down North Rampart Street from the French Quarter to downtown beginning at 7:30. They're known as, put my French tongue on, Société des Champs-Élysées, and they have about 40 members on the streetcar. For the full parade schedule, you can download our free Eye on Carnival Parade Tracker app. It will give you real-time GPS tracking of more than 65 local parades. Just search for WWL or Mardi Gras Parade Tracker in your app store. And in Spain, thousands of families packed the street of Madrid to watch a traditional parade feast of the Epiphany Parade last night. The Christian holiday celebrates the three kings who followed a bright star to offer gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh to a newborn Jesus in Bethlehem. The Spanish procession featured decorative floats and people dressed as kings bearing gifts for baby Jesus. Christmas gifts are traditionally given on the day of the Feast of the Epiphany in Spain and in many Latin American countries. Looking for love in 2019? Well, today is the perfect day to do it online. So coming up, what you need to know to find an attractive dating profile, or for an attractive dating profile. We'll be back. And that was Christy Millward reporting another dating app tip. Ditch the sunglasses in your pictures and have a friend snap a picture of you instead of using a selfie.
You taking notes on that for your online profile?
Why are you gonna put me out there like that? Why you put me out there like that? That's so mean of you. That's a typical Brother Martin Crusader. We talked about
Well,
this.
because you keep doing sunglasses and selfies in your dating app profile. I'm just trying to help you out here.
Because it look cool. That's
But
cool.
clearly they're saying that's not cool and that's not the way to go.
Well, that's how Duke Carter rolls.
I understand.
Anyway,
King
brother,
Duke.
Yes, how we roll. See, you know it. Me
I
better
know.
well.
You may want to also remove that selfie of you in a crown that says Duke on it.
There's nothing wrong with my crown. Okay? There's nothing wrong with my crown. People love my crown. Okay?
I'm surprised you're not wearing it right now.
I wanted to, but I was like, I'm not going to.
You were so close. You were so close
It's
to
in the
actually
car.
wearing. Is it in the car?
Wait, no, I take that back. It's not. It's in the house. It's getting repaired
It's getting repaired.
because someone decided to move a portion of it.
Duke's crown is getting repaired, folks.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There is nothing
Why
wrong
are you
with it.
hating?
I'm not. I'm jealous is what I am.
You shouldn't be jealous.
I wish I had my own crown
Chris,
that said
I love
Chris
you this,
on it.
Chris, I love you
Let's
this much.
take. What are you doing?
We're going to do it again.
What is going on here?
This is the live look outside at many
Yes.
parts of our areas. I'm being
This
told
is-
to move, so go
I
ahead.
can't even do weather. If I read a block of news, you would be so mad at me.
Not really. Take it away,
Well,
Chris.
maybe not.
The start of Carnival season is also the kickoff to King Cake season. And this year, the Mystere Mansion at the corner of Canal and South Bernadette Streets is turning into a King Cake retail shop. It's normally known as the Mortuary Haunted during Halloween. Now, for Carnival, it's going to be called the King Cake Hub. And what sets it apart is you can get king cakes from several different bakeries in one spot. So that's good there. Some of the suppliers include Gambino's, Canada's, Heido Bakery, Bywater Bakery, and Girls Gone Vegan. And so how else to open a shop like this than with a King Cake party? It will be at King Cake Hub this morning from 8 to 10. There will be live music from Benny Grunch and the Bunch, Panorama Brass Band, and Professor Carl Nerval. That's funny there.
You get it? Carl Nival. Get it? Carnival. Carl Nival.
I had to work
Get it?
on my tongue. I
get
was
it?
definitely practicing.
I know.
You know, got my one word in.
But you got the joke, right?
I got the joke.
Good.
Got
Good.
the
That's
joke.
all that I ask.
Great. Great.
I wonder if zombies serve the king cakes or monsters, since it's normally the mortuary.
Maybe they have, some sort of theme that they're going with. Will you be going to check that out while the weather is good today?
When you can get king cakes from about a half dozen bakeries, you might as well.
So, great. Awesome.
I wonder if they're giving away for free.
That'd be really good, too, because if they are giving it away for free, that's going to mess up my diet.
Absolutely be there, yeah. A lot of diets. You know what? It's carnival season. A lot of diets are going.
But we
down
got to
the
look
drain
good for
today.
Carnival.
You do. I know. I need to fit into my costume.
Anywho, that's our show for today. Have a great morning and enjoy your Sunday.